seasons ago, the Chiefs were a surprise team out of the AFC West and ended up making the playoffs. 2 years ago, they had a lot of injury problems and struggled through the season. And then last year, of course, was a complete train wreck. Not only did they end up with the #1 overall pick with having the worst record in the league, you have the Javon Belcher tragedy. The bottom line is the Kansas City Chiefs were in need of a new direction, desperately bad as any team in the NFL. And that, I really mean that. So now you've got the John Dorsey, Andy Reid era, which has officially, begun in Kansas City. Now this is a team that has talent and has had talent the past few years, but it's had some bad luck, as I mentioned before, and frankly I think has been lacking significantly in leadership area, especially from head coaches like Todd Haley and Romeo Crennel. When you look at this organization, on top of Scott Pioli, who was a horrible, in my opinion, horrible general manager who had some very bad draft choices, see Jonathan Baldwin. You look at this team offensively. They made the big trade to get Alex Smith, who is going to be a serviceable starter for them. Do I fully agree with the trade? No. Do I think that was too much to give up for a guy like Alex Smith? Yes. Do I think he's going to be able to come in and at least be a solid quarterback for them that could, help them win some football games? Yes, I do. So if that's your measure of making a big deal like that, is to be a wild card contender, that's what Alex Smith is probably going to do for you. And if you're a Chiefs fan and that's all you care about, then you're going to be very happy. They made the right choice with the #1 overall pick in the sense that if they were going to go with offensive tackle, they went for, to me, the better tackle with more upside in Eric Fisher out of Central Michigan as opposed to Jokel, who went to the Jaguars with the second pick. They re-signed Brandon Albert. They re-signed Dwayne Bowe. This is an offense that has some pieces in place. I'm not going to sit there and bash them. I think they'll be a better offensive unit, especially under the direction and leadership and vision of Andy Reid in 2013 compared to where they were, especially in 2012, where they were terrible, particularly at the quarterback position. Smith's going to be better at quarterback. They're going to have Jamal Charles for another year. Dwayne Bowe is going to be there. You might get something out of the rookie Travis Kelce at tight end. Their offensive line with Albert and Fisher as the bookend tackles and some nice talent on the interior of the line. This is going to be an improved Kansas City Chiefs offense. I think it's going to surprise some people with how efficiently it can move the ball and score some points at times. Defensively, this is a team, they went out in free agency, signed guys like Mike DeVito and Dante Robinson and Sean Smith. It's a unit with some talent on it, guys like Derek Johnson, guys like Eric Berry. It's got talent and it's got some youth on there as well. A good combination, a good mixture. Far from an elite unit by any stretch of the imagination, but you throw in a guy like Tom Bahali too, obviously, they do have some talent there. They have a defense that can at times make some big plays, I feel, in 2013 and help this team win some football games. Games to watch for the Chiefs in 2013 to see how far they've come in one short year and how much Andy Reid has really helped them. You look at Week 7 versus Houston, Week 13 versus Denver, Week 16 versus Indianapolis. These are 3 games against what I would assume would be all playoff potential teams in the AFC this year. And you look at Denver's in their division, Houston and Indianapolis both made the playoffs last year as well. If Kansas City can go out and win 2 of these 3 games that I mentioned, this really, really will help the Kansas City Chiefs' chances for this year. I think the Chiefs, with a new head coach, with a new quarterback, with improvements made on the offensive and defensive side of the football, I think you could see quite a big turnaround this year, going from 2 wins to maybe winning 9, even 10 games. I think this is a team that will finish in a solid second in the AFC West and have a chance to be a wild card team this year, which is a huge improvement for the Kansas City Chiefs organization, no question.